about the continuity. He says, quote, I think as much as it benefits me, it benefits just the offense in general and the team structure and culture. We were fortunate to get through the coaching changes, keeping the OC and DC. It brings a lot of excitement, I know, to the building. And while generally we consider stability and continuity to be positive words in pro football, RG3, there might be some reason to see this the other way. How do you see it?
Yeah, continuity is often a key or a precursor to success. I just don't look at it that way for the Cowboys. They're bringing back the two coordinators from a team that underachieved last year. And not only that, they're also bringing back the two clubhouse favorites to replace Mike McCarthy after he had a tough year with clock management. So when I look at Kellen Moore, I think to myself, man, this Cowboys offense is too talented for them to have the struggles that they had late in the year last year and not be clicking on all cylinders. And what are they going to do with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup? They've got extreme talent at the wide receiver position that helped them lead the league in yards per game, but they have to figure out if they're going to bring them back. What are they going to do at running back? You got Ezekiel Elliott, who you're paying a gazillion Bitcoin to. You got Tony Pollard, who's out there giving you massive amounts of production when he's not really getting paid that much. So I think they have a lot more questions, but continuity might not be a good thing for the Cowboys as they've been mediocre for a while now.
Are they doing the contracts in crypto these days? If that word had eluded me, but that's an interesting perspective. Dan, it is an interesting way of looking at it. Continuity amongst the players may not be 100%, and with the coaches, that is a mixed bag.
Right, and look, I mean, Dak Prescott's going to say what he's going to say. He's not going to say, oh, I wish we hadn't brought the coordinators back. Right. That would be a bad thing for the leader of your team to say. Right. But I think what the key for the Cowboys is assessing what they really were on offense. And this is a team that scored 40 points a game in its 6 division games and 26 points a game in its other 11 games, right? So when they were playing in the NFC East, they were a dominant offense. When they weren't, they were not a dominant offense. They were an average one. So RG references Amari Cooper, a candidate for a potential cut if he doesn't restructure his contract. They have work to do at the wide receiver position, whether they keep him or not. They have other, the offensive line is showing some age, some health issues. They have to beef up some places there. So there are things to be done on offense, and the continuity on the roster may not mirror the continuity on the coaching staff. I think that's the bigger concern for the Cowboys.
And Mike T, the very presence, and RG3 brought this up, and it's interesting, the presence of Kellen Moore and particularly Dan Quinn and the pressure, the added layer of pressure perhaps, Mike, that puts on the head coach.
I actually think it's a good thing. I mean, Mike McCarthy knows it starts with discipline. You were the #1 team in the NFL in penalties. That has to get better. Look, the day that you become the head coach of the Cowboys, there's enormous pressure. So the fact that Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore are there, it just adds another layer. But it's going to be there anyway. And the other thing I want to put in context is they had a great offense. When Dak Prescott was the quarterback and Kellen Moore's calling the plays, they averaged 30 points a game and over 420 yards per game. That's outstanding. And this is the first time that Dak, not coming off of an injury, not dealing with a contract issue in a couple of years. So hopefully continuity will help them, Greeny. But to me, it's about discipline, and that goes back to the head coach. #1 in the league in penalties, and that is just unacceptable.
Yeah, #1 meaning in all the wrong ways. They were number 32 in the league in penalties, depending on how you want to look at it there. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.